Force versus flow. People know the Force from Star Wars. Not many people have talked about the flow in the sense that I'm about to, but people have spoke on the flow state, and they are opposites each other, and they work in similar principles as well. So the Force, like you said, you can see there's always masculine people using the Force. If you look at Qui Gon, Darth Vader, which is Doth, the dark side, or the black dot, death in the Kabbalah. But if you look at Luke, all males. Only recently did they switch it up with Ray, which is just the changeover from masculine to feminine. They've done it in a lot of movies recently. James Bond was killed, but his child stayed alive. I think it was a daughter. Luke Skywalker, I guess, or not Luke Skywalker, but like I said, Ray took over the mantle for the Skywalkers. That would be us switching from the Force into the flow. She would be more so considered the flow of things. And then the flow state is, if you know anything about it, is allowing things to happen. Now, there's a principle that I've used to kind of give you all an understanding, but think of it as a seesaw. Um, Say you're in the middle of a seesaw and you have you're standing right in the middle, not on one end or the other, but you're standing right in the middle of a seesaw. It's balanced, and you have a gift on one side that you want to run to or get to. So you slide over to it. The more you slide over to this infinitely long seesaw, the further the gift slides away because you're putting your weight on that end of the seesaw. Now, if you go the opposite way, that gift actually comes to you. So the force would be you moving towards what you want, forcefully taking it. The flow would be you moving away from it, allowing it to come to you. This is how manifestation works. This word is very overused at the moment, but it does help people perceive how to make things happen in the unseen. So it is a necessary evil in that way. But the force and the flow of things is becoming more prevalent, and the flow is starting to take over and take precedence.
I would agree with that. When you talk about flow, it makes me think of the Empress in tarot. Um, she's all about flow, and she's not forcing anything. She's not pushing anything. She's very open and just letting things come to her. And that's actually how I operate on a day to day basis. I mainly operate within it's feminine energy. What it is. And I mainly operate within a feminine energy. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't be direct and straight to the point, but feminine energy is much more comfortable for me to maneuver in as opposed to trying to like force and push. Because when I do that, things don't work or they take a very long time as opposed to just letting it come to me. And I have like tangible evidence of that. I'll write something down. This is what I want. And then I close the book and I walk off and then it just shows up. So I didn't necessarily walk away, so to speak, but in a way I did because I would write it down and I would completely forget about it. And I don't date things. So that also helps
Right.
in terms of flow.
That's a masculine thing to label things. So, in essence, the masculine world is with this yuga that's coming is fading away, and of course the masculine thing to do is to fight to keep it, but we'll see more and more prevalent, and we've already seen it. Feminine energy, the flow is taking over, and things that are allowed, you'll see it more often now that there are so many people that are making, we'll say, passive income, but you'll see a lot more people not doing much and getting more. And that's part of flow and letting things happen. Not to say that you don't have to lift a finger, but it is possible as well to do that as well. The thing to understand is allowing things in is the next step and spiritual development.